Welcome back, Bagaitsu. Ugesi lo uhamba emzimbeni wami. Ayi. Awuntware grand. Mampoza? Ku Orlando kwa umhlakasi ufihlile fast war 1 2 3.
Look, I think not so long ago we were saying Orlando is the untouchable. The Orlando Pirates are untouchable. Clinton Larsen got the wrong memo because I mean that first half 3 chances, 3 goals. If anybody predicted that and say they predicted that, I'll tell you now that they're lying. Because I thought it's going to be one-way traffic. Tito, Topala, Mabolo, but what Clinton Larsen did, and it literally forced Pirates to be able to come back in the second half. I mean, they were throwing everything, including the kitchen sink at Magesi. For the first time, I can say the following: well done to the ref, man.
Mara, SC, is Mamposa being honest when he say no one would have expected that? I mean, you look at Orlando Pirates and you look at their history. The League Cup, they've only won it once.
Yeah.
You know, Bafita League Cosmos. Bafita League Vets. You know, the team that is so league.
Yeah.
You know, Lebo Ajax so Bajilo ki Baroka, the same trophy country. So, is he being honest?
Yeah, I think Mamposa right, because we look at where Pirates is coming off in terms of their league performances, you know, especially coming back from also winning a trophy, you know, so early on in the season. And you look at that, it then tells you, okay, Pirates was the on-form team, you know, coming into this fixture. But just to ride on Tabaya Magesi, I think Clinton Larsen had Pirates' number. I'll tell you one thing that was interesting about this team is that what Pirates didn't look for was that Magesi said, we'll give you the ball, enjoy the ball, but in which areas? Pirates is good coming in and inverting. And Magesi closed off those spaces to say, you're not going to come in here. You go wide, you'll deal with it widely. And the most important thing was that you look at the personnel that Pirates had in that middle of the park, Kimvidi and Rasibouch. Here's what Clinton did. He brought in Macau, Chirambarade, very intelligent and very experienced players.
Former Kaizer Chiefs.
Exactly. Scoring goals, not scoring goals. He's got more goals than when he
and you look at that, and they were able to say, okay, we'll play on the back foot. Playing on the back foot meant that they gave Pirates that space, and they caught them off guard in terms of transition. When they transitioned, you look at the last line of defense for Pirates. Every time Magesi got into that final third, Pirates was caught off position. All the defenders were faced on the right-hand side. When they expected a cross, it didn't come through. They just delayed the pass and they put in the cross. By the time it came through, I think Usivisi was off position and he couldn't see the person behind him. That's how they scored the first goal. The second goal, same thing happened. Uhoto is late in terms of recovering. By the time he caught on, the cross was coming in. Sisane was nowhere to be seen. Look at the penalty, the same thing. So I think Clinton Larsen came with a master plan and he dished it out very well. I think the unfortunate thing for Clinton Larsen, who look at his team and say, you conceded 2 goals in the space of 3 minutes.
All right. Quickly.
No, Maracox, you're not giving the refs the...
No.
You must say...
Referees, I'll do that. Referees in that match, because you look at the game at TS Galaxy and there were decisions that were not so kosher. There was a red card that was supposed to be dished out, but the player only got a yellow. So we have to be there.
The Pirates game.
Kudos.
Pirates game.
Okay, before we move on to the fixtures that we've seen, let's talk about Coach Tendence, because he's been under so much scrutiny. But he came back.
Look, and I think the one thing was that if you look at the ongoing conversation is about who's getting home stadium, who's getting home games. You look at the Marumo Gallants fixture, you look at the teams that they played, they were always climbing the hill. You can't be having you can't be having those teams and expect and say it's a good start. Chiefs are in the rebuilding process. Sundowns was the same. So you expected that they were going to go through that. But now the way that they're climbing, they're saying, no, in Tangazetu, we will deal with them. And coming back to be winning the way they did says there's class there.
All right, SC, we saw pot A, pot B, pot C again being put out. Seeded and unseeded teams.
Yeah.
How shake the ball ya Kaizer Chiefs, Mamelodi Sundowns. And we see all the other fixtures where Richards Bay is going to be playing against Cape Town City, and we also see the very same Marumo that we're speaking about going to be playing against Stellis. And we're also seeing TS Galaxy playing against Magesi. Your fixture that caught your attention? Which one is?
I think it's pretty much obvious. Sundowns versus Kaizer Chiefs versus Sundowns.
Yeah, you have to get it right. Home game.
The sad part is that I think Stadium say Labatsi or Slaughterhouse.
The home team.
Slaughterhouse. They're gonna come back and say, hey, it's Vugil. I'm not Vuga next la. Sundowns it to punish absolutely strong.
Do you echo the same sentiment? Because it was a very closely contested match, League. Can we then say it's not going to be the same type of fixture because these teams have been free scoring now because it's a cup game and both teams want to win this trophy?
The good thing, Cox, that I'm seeing happening between the fixtures of this weekend and next week, midweek, teams are going to clean out their yellow cards because people have got to serve suspension so that everybody can be able to be there. When you look at it, for me, the end result will be Sundowns will walk out of there as victors because when you look at the way that Sundowns is set up, it's the team that knows each other. They're starting to settle well. Kaizer Chiefs on the other side, and we've got to say the good things that they're doing. Nabi is building a team that is formidable, but if you mark certain players out of the game, they then look very shaky. If Sirino's not buzzing, then it becomes a problem. Then Bapushaka, everything can be around.
And just to touch on that, Gogs, I like what Mamposa is saying because if you look at it, if a Kaizer Chiefs has about 3 players that are going to be on injury, it causes a problem for them in terms of who are they bringing in that's going to have the synergy that the team already has. And you look at a Sundowns team that has already introduced a couple of players that are new into the team and they're finding their feet and still winning games.
Finding their feet, still winning games. The amount of confidence that I'm seeing from Sundowns supporters, young Tusa. Kaizer Chiefs, come on, Rao, but step. Make sure Horuaya, Onalvati, Obakrendi, still watching Mzanzi Fundiz, make sure Uchige. Second half.